I have struggled with pain for many, many years.
Lyme disease is caused by a bacteria from a tick or other biting insect.
It really kind of started actually when I was pregnant with our third child, and that's when I started my journey of going to different doctors, what's wrong, and you're fine, and so we did that for many years, and then back in 2015 is when I became pretty much immobile, and I was in a wheelchair.
I always thought, Lyme disease is 10% of the time you don't feel good, but the other 90% you're a normal person. What I didn't know is that actually it's like 75% of the time you either have a headache, a stomach ache, just aching pains. So that really put it into perspective for me. Also, I was driving with my mom one day and I said, "Mom, what would you give up to cure Lyme disease?" And she said, "I would easily give up my right arm to cure my Lyme disease."
Recently, my friend Jenny called me and she said, "Hey, I've been praying about something. Please don't take this the wrong way." And I'm thinking, okay, and no idea what she was going to say. And she's like, I just feel like that you, when I ask your kids and how you doing, how are you, how's your mom doing? They say, "Oh yeah, she's doing fine." And she said, you don't want to let people know, how you feel. And she's like, and that's not a good thing.
My mom doesn't really show that she has Lyme disease a lot, and sometimes I'll forget. And some people ask me like, "Oh, how's your mom doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's good." And then I'll think about it, and then I'm like, wait, she's actually not doing good. She's really sick all the time, and she's going through a lot. And so I know that's really hard for her sometimes. She doesn't like people to feel bad for her, and she doesn't want to be treated differently because she's sick. But she has a problem, and we really all want to help her get better.
So I chewed on that for the day, and then actually Dave and I had a date that night and talked to Dave about it, and he's like, "She's totally right." So he said, "We're going to have my parents and his mom pick up the kids every day, 5 days a week from school, so that's my rest time, and Brock's going to be making meals twice a week, Faith's going to be making meals," and we kind of came up with a plan. And that I kind of hated it a little bit because I want to. What's my role? That's my stay-at-home mom role is to care for my family, and so that kind of stunk. But then a few days into it, I'm like, wow, this is really helpful. None of us are independent. None of us can do things on our own, and obviously being dependent on the Lord, He's my strength and my core, and so realizing that too, is that's where He wants me, is this stage is to be dependent on Him and on others.
Keri found out that she had Lyme disease. We searched around for different options, starting with infectious disease doctors locally, and then were recommended to go see Dr. Amar. What's his last name?
Kalidas.
Dr. Kalidas in Orlando, and that was in 2015. So after seeing Dr. Kalidas for the last 3 years, this past spring he said, "Hey, I've really exhausted all my options with you, and I've taken you as far as I can go. I recommend you see Dr. Jemsek, which is located up in Washington, D.C. So that was in the spring. We had to wait 6 months before we could actually get in to see Dr. Jemsek. And then last month, Keri and I drove up to Washington, D.C. and spent several days up there with the doctor, meeting with him and his team. And we were really encouraged and are excited with the opportunity of getting her better with the protocol that they're suggesting. When we found out that the insurance company was not going to cover any of our expenses for this, one of our friends suggested a GoFundMe page, we've not really been familiar with that, but are really thankful and excited to see what God will do through this. The cost of the medication, the travel expenses, all these different costs are overwhelming, but the thought of having people help us out through this is really an answer to prayer, and we're really hopeful and excited to see what will happen as a result of it. Thank you.
Thank you.